Look after our own.
Thaniel and me are...
He keeps saying Thaniel's name. He must know more. We need to rouse him. Good. Its music might help restore him. Show it to him.
Thaniel! He's still trapped there. He needs help.
Calm. Breathe. You've been trapped in the Shadowfell for a century. Take a moment to clear your mind.
A century? You're Halsin. Thaniel said to find you. You must help him, please.
I will, but I need to know where Thaniel is. If I venture into the Shadowfell blind, I will never find him.
I'm not sure I can put it into words. The landscape there shifts and changes. Lavender. Whenever I saw Thaniel, I always smelled lavender.
I can work with that. Rest now. Meet me by the lakeshore. I have what we need to proceed, but I'll need your help. Be ready. This may prove perilous.
Thaniel will be so scared there alone.
What's the story?
These things have stayed interesting.
You're here. Good. Now we can begin. Thaniel is trapped in the Shadowfell, but thanks to your efforts, I know where to look. Now I must go there, alone. No. This opportunity has been 100 years in the making. It has to be me. And only me. But I didn't bring you here to witness an old druid's grandstanding. You have a part to play in this, and I trust you will play it well. With the Oakfather's blessing, I can infiltrate the Shadowfell, but doing so will sap my strength. I'll need your help if I'm to return. I need you to stay here. Keep the portal open until I return, and defend it at all costs. The shadows won't be banished without a fight. Once I open the portal, they'll swarm like carrion birds and try to destroy it. You must not let that happen. Let's begin. Whatever happens, do not attempt to enter the portal, and do not let anything interfere with it. It took me years of study, of seeking the Oak Father's favor, to find a way to part the veil. Pray that this works. Oak Father, hear me. Aid me. Force open the jaws of darkness. Make passage for your vessel of light. It's ready. I'll return with Thaniel as soon as possible. Stay close to the portal. Buy me what time you can.
Let's go. My little trick. Soldier.
Halsin better get back soon.
Put him up.
Some must have fallen to the curse.
set up.
Halsin. We just have to find him a little time.
Heating up.
Got to focus.
Roll in my favor.
This is my happy place.
What should I do?
Unleash me.
It's done. I have him. But something's wrong. Dreadfully wrong. No. It can't be. Yes. I'll bring him back to camp. He'll be safest with us. I need to examine him. I need to understand what's wrong. It's almost like something's missing from him. Come see us when you can.
I'm exhausted. Better find somewhere to camp soon. up, pushing on.
Thaniel is resting, but it's no easy slumber. I discovered what's wrong with him. The shadows rendered him in two when they bore him away to the Shadowfell. Half of his essence remained here, amidst the curse. What stayed behind would have been the strongest part of him. But after all these years left in the darkness, corruption must have taken hold. It's both simple and not. We need to find Thaniel's missing half and make him whole again. Only the missing half may not come willingly. The curse will have sunk its tendrils deep, twisting Thaniel's essence into something else. And you saw this boy yourself. That can't be a coincidence, but we need to be sure. And I truly mean we, if you wish. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your side. This doesn't have to be your burden alone. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your... If you want me, I'm yours. Against the curse, against the absolute... anything. Just say... You are blessed with several companions as it is. Perhaps dismiss one, if you require me. Ready at your side.
I shall be here in thy camp, for whenever thou hast need. As thou...
Oakfather's blessings. Symphony in this place. Now, it is quiet. Quiet and dead.
I can make some animal noises, if it will make you feel more at home.
You bleed well enough as it is.
Not back to gloat, are you? Nobody likes a bad winner.
Though shrouded in shadows, the child's resemblance to Thaniel is unmistakable. This must be his dark half, warped by the curse.
I still think you might have tricked me. If you did, I'll figure it out. Spoil sport. I'm not going back. I like it here. I've made a family for myself. I get to play all the time. Yes, I do. You can't make me do anything. I don't want to play with you anymore.
That little bastard. Where'd he go? Open up.
Another fight. Let's go.
No time to spare!
Stop that! You're supposed to be playing, not breaking things.
Survival is all that matters. Best be on my way.
You want to play? Let me show you my favorite toy.
comes easy these days. Think you can take me on?
Why couldn't you just leave me alone? Why can't I just stay here, playing? I had everything I've ever wanted. I'm not leaving.
Be gentle. He's much more than a child. But he doesn't truly know that.
He's nothing to me. He left me here even when it was scary, even when I was alone. I didn't give up. But would he even want me back? I've changed. A lot. So I wouldn't have to make up friends to play with anymore. I'd have someone real. I'd like that. And he would too, I think.
Well done.
Are you crying? You're a bit big to be crying. Bye. And thank you for playing with me.
It's done, at last. Soon the land will be unshrouded. We should return to Thaniel when we can. I am here.
Looking ahead.
It is done. We should return.
The druid Halsin spoke to me while I was sleeping. He spoke of you. Said that you fought shadow and spite to restore me. 100 years of sickness almost ended. I feel every root that riddles the earth beginning to unfold. But there is one anchor, still holding the shadows in place. The soul that brought it into being, for the land to heal. Ketheric Thorm must die. Ketheric so...
Oakfather preserve you.
Only by a reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm. But on the far end of the battle, and in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. I led some... Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be formidable and cunning. I could have learned much from her. No matter how long I live, I will always strive to remain a keen pupil. Only a fool... I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. At least now we can benefit from her presence, and perhaps work to a common goal.
Honestly, I never thought I'd make it that far. So, I'll remain with you. If you'll have me, that is. So do I. But one duty at a time. Druids and Harpers joined together to put a stop to Ketheric Thorm. Even in defeat, though, Ketheric turned to Shah. Not long after then it started to claim all those within its reach. Those who had survived the battles. I wanted to try and find him, but we couldn't stay. We would have all succumbed. That was my first day as Archdruid. An inauspicious beginning. You're right.
But the work is not yet done. Not while Ketheric Thorm still draws breath. Wherever you need me, I'll be right here.
While I'm adept at most forms of weave manipulation, druidic magic is not my area of expertise. He will make for a most...
With...
Listen, the psionic detector. Githyanki are lurking nearby.
The nurses will visit again. Their shift is less useful, believe me.
Say hey for the papa.
Son of Thorn! Son of Sword Coast! Go on! Cheers! Bottoms up! Donuts!
This guy looks like he had a long night. Might be best to keep him happy for now.
Leaning in, you can see how the creature's skin barely holds it together. The bulge of its belly is on the cusp of bursting wide open.
Oh, gods. I did not want whatever's inside that guy all over me.
Go on, drink. Make it drink. Be drunk. You and I both. To our good health.
The liquid burns your throat as you swallow, but otherwise you feel no ill effects.
Elixir. But such a small sip you take. Fear not. You will soon quaff as I do. Sympathy. You ask, you drink, then you amaze, infuse, astound me again. Father Catherine's laughter, not joy, not ever, never. Only laughter. Now drink it deep. More stories. Tell me of foes found
such a beast in my latrine. A fierce foe. Ask, question, make your query, and drink once more. Father is Father, eternal, invincible, forever, except not. Another drink. No, must not, cannot. Will not mention her. The customer is always right, but also wrong. Father's personal, mysterious secret. Secret? No. Not never. Father said, ordered, commanded. Don't say it. Don't say it. Her cage. Her cage. Talk and perish, die, buried in Thorn Tomb. Father told me. I can't perish. No, nay, neither. Too strong to...
Too much drink, too quickly.
I'll clean up right mess that.
Research notes. They describe a powerful venom extracted from a rare purple worm. Distiller Thisbald Thorm sought to create He procured several parts of a worm gullet, but rinsed one in error. The poison he brewed was noxious, but not fatal. Thisbald devoted months to formulating a deadly poison with the remaining ingredients, without success. After exhaustive experimentation, he was able to make a near-deadly extract from the glands. But to complete the petals of a The book's index reveals corpse roses may grow near tombs. Thisbald enlisted a courier from Baldur's Gate to obtain corpse rose petals. Unfortunately, a deep purple stain darkens the final page, obscuring the parcel's destination.
Quite ready for you.
Reset. He procured Thisbald after the petal. The book's Thisbald. Unfortunately, a deep purple stain darkens the final page, obscuring the parcel's destination. Your mind separates the black from the blue, revealing with the corpse rose petals the package contains, you might create Thisbald's purple worm.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Best avoid that trap.
Oh my. Must be what's left of that would-be extortionist.
Something over there.
Ledger, return!
long as we can put up a fight, we're not.
Good man.
God, blood, this is heavy.
It's for a good cause.
Aye. Our asses. I wish we'd gear up and head out. All this standing around is making me antsy.
Got to have a plan first. Got to trust your hero to come up with
I don't.
Eat it. It's hot in here.
Let's end this.
Wind back in my sails.
The air stirs in trepidation. You have the ledger. To punish a murderer. If that is not enough, leave. I have no time for those lacking commitment. We have it. Her lies, her guilt. Madeline reported her friends to a dark justiciar and fled when they were butchered. Well, she flees no more. I will be the conduit for Madeline's spirit. I will force her to face trial, and you will be the judge. Make her beg. Make her suffer. Careful, for a serpent in life is a serpent in death. Witness.
You said I was going to be punished. That you'd be the judge. But I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I said it didn't mean nothing. That Ben and Mark were just drunk and whining. The Dark Justicia promised she was gonna chat with him. She promised! The Dark Justicia said to report everything, big or small. She ain't the type you say no to. She gave him a dagger each and told them to press it against their stomachs on the count of 3, to start stabbing and not stop till she said so. She never said stop. I'd do anything to take it back. Anything. What I did was wrong, and I won't ever forgive myself. But hearing that just one person doesn't hate me, that one person forgives me, makes the load so much lighter. Thank you.
You were supposed to make her suffer, not forgive her! That doesn't matter! I seek the guilty, the tormented, the anguished. You have crossed me. And for that, I end your pathetic life! Been judged and found wanting.
does not stir, it will answer.
Your desire?
The corpse seems willing to speak.
I have a lot on my mind. Well, in it. Crates and caravans. The town toll house, surely.
Money? Money?
At least it's worth more than their lives. Report to the tollmaster. Pay the toll. You should leave now. I should have left when I still could. The horizon seems...
require gold. You can pass, but first you must pay. Another! It is good. Another! Yes! Now, more gold! Again! All that you have. You may pass the river, but first you must pay. I collect the gold so you may pass. Trick! No! Gold! I require gold! A trick! I trick! No! 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 I paid back.
The heavy door grinds open. The combination worked. The the skeletal remains of the hopeful survivor still waiting to be rescued. Their desperate refuge now their everlasting tomb.
That might be worth a look.
Seized inventory.
That might be worth a look. What's that? Get it. It's blocked from behind.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
We're close. I can feel it. The Absolute. Its power is strong here.
That'll be nothing.
That's far enough.
His thoughts invade your own, probing for purchase. Your parasite purrs in recognition.
Ah, one blessed like myself. What news, true soul? General Ketheric's advisor went off on a field trip. Zarel's in charge till he gets back.
You'll find Zarel in the audience chamber, true soul. She'll be wanting to hear from you.
Let's hope this Zarel likes what we have to say.
Praise the Absolute.
Witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
Here we go again.
Smell blood.
Time for some bloody work.
There's a parasite in that corpse, brimming with potent magic.
Quite exhausted. A good night's sleep would do me wonders. Oh, I have the magic touch.
Making me sweat.
What to do? That might be worth a look.
Enjoy the view. This feels like it'd stretch all the way to the Sea of Swords on a clear day. If this place ever gets a clear day. I'm afraid you missed the ship, Trousseau, but there'll be another along soon enough. We're already stacking the cargo. Baldur's Gate. The army marches overland, but we sent some friends ahead to smooth the way. Nothing of note. Just supplies for the battle ahead. I've already checked it twice over.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority. Your blood runs quicker, feeding the gnawing absence at the center of your mind. As you bear down on his mind, you feel a pulse in response. 1,000 pulses, echoing from the nearby crates. Tadpoles. His mind had rejected the knowledge, forced it behind a mental wall. A wall you just took a hammer to.
Worms. Worms in their heads. Worms all over. Parasites. Worms.
Just move on, Ad.
Did he just...
You didn't see anything. Stand clear of the cargo. Respectfully, true soul. Tadpoles? I'm just a soldier. Which, speaking of, I'd best go report my man missing.
This calls for careful footwork.
He was from the...
Tadpole squirms and feels a legion of echoes in response. A mental...
No rest for the wicked, I see.
Tadpole squirms and feels a legion of echoes in response. A pattern of blank minds newly born. They carry only a bare shred of a sleep of centuries. The birth and destruction of us until something descends.
It's not too late to stop the cult from using these things. Now's our chance to change them.
The vat is still, placid. The winged serpent of the Zentarim. It's
still alive, so that's progress. Hope your soul is in good hands.
Look busy or they'll set you lifting too. Whatever's inside. Go on. Go on then. Budge.
You were witnessed assaulting someone.
No choice but to keep going.
There can be no doubt. This is the place. This is where we'll discover the secret of the Absolute.
A moment, true soul. You use a spoon to stir the soup, Barnabas. Forget the axe, my darling. Now, how can I help you? I've shown Barnabas a kinder way. A kinder name is only fitting. That is the gift the Absolute gave me when I stood before her. To rewrite the lives of her faithful. Make them believe there's something better. She gathers many threads for her design, but it is still her design. And Barnabas has found his place in it. Observe. Barnabas, sweetie, come show what a good boy you are. What would you like him to do? The prayer, I think. Barnabas struggles with civilized speech, but he's been practicing.
You feel her will surge outwards and envelop the creature, inexorable as the tide.
Soul.
No, Barnabas! We talked about this. about this?
Do, thanks.
About this? We talked about this.
Like a rope drawn taut beneath the blade, the connection simply snaps.
No. Barnabas, darling. No!
There's an illicit parasite in that core.
All trace of restraint is gone. Barnabas has tasted blood, and wants more. The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illicit power is beyond reach until you rest.
Come on, let's go. What a charmer.
Can't give up now.
Don't be shy.
I've got a long road ahead. Something slimy seems to be dripping from the rafters above.
Another true soul. The disciple will want to see you through the main doors.
Well, Flo didn't tell a lie. She said you'd find me at Here You Are. Karlach, isn't it?
Now there's a name I'd hope never to hear again.
Didn't think to quiz her about her business.
Florenta the Garotta. A Cambion I knew back in Avernus. She was the closest thing I had to a friend. That said, she would have choked the life out of me if I ever turned my back on her. The fact that she knows where I am, where I might be going, doesn't exactly delight... Maybe. Probably. I don't know. She's a half-devil. Impossible to read. I wouldn't have given her the time of day, but even I needed a laugh once in a while. What can I say? The bitch had good jokes.
Enough chatter. Your friend gave me 3 soul coins, said I could sell them if I wanted. But if I kept them for you, she...
Soul coins, huh? This could come in handy.
Sure. But she did have... For every coin you take, you've got to hear...
There you have it. Memorized a bunch of sad stories.
Didn't need to. Your Flo did some... You want the coins or not? First coins got the... She was born to a... She never knew a day of love in all her life. When she was a girl of 15, she got what she asked for. Of the scud of her soul.
Thanks, I guess.
This one has got the soul of a man named Frakes. Lived in a village near. Frakes called out for help. Zariel answered. Made old Frakes grow flesh upon flesh after flesh.
He should have known. Better to die 1,000 deaths than let Zariel into your life.
Last one's got the soul of a little boy named Ongir.
That's all?
That's all.
Well, thanks, Flo. Hearing a bunch of desperate...
You got 3 soul coins out of the bargain, didn't... I did my part. That means our business is done. Unless you've got actual gold to hand. better hope you can...
Sister.
Soldier.
Pray with me while we wait.
I'm not worthy. I never learned the words.
Yes, you did. She gives them to you fully formed. Can you hear her?
Of many hearts, one soul. Of many thoughts, one mind.
To stand this close to her power. I never thought I'd make it.
I wouldn't have if not for the lantern bearer. To think the absolute grace is such a creature as that.
We are each of us threads in her design. Even those we once called monsters.
Let's get going.
We must press... I have a I thought you witless, gutless, unimpressively bland. I don't pay compliments. You've proven me wrong at every turn. I swear, you would tear the horns off one dragon for plunge. You've gained my respect. When I come near, your odor alone is enough to make my neck sweat and my hairs stand on end. If you must know, Vlaakith requires everything of her children. I can't count how many bruises I've inflicted. Can't measure how much blood I've drawn in the Undying Queen's name. I know only blood red and death black. My mind is silver, and my body steel. I am what I must be, say what I must be, to survive every beast I face and every wound I bear. Bah, enough talk. I will be plain. I want to taste you. Perhaps tonight, perhaps later. But I want it all the same. Do you? Your loss, I fear. One day soon, you will wonder how my lips might have tasted, how my fingers on your skin might have felt. And you will wish you could return to this lost moment. Speak. You're full up. Dismiss someone first. Well chosen.
All right, what now?
Soldier. You saw the extent of Flo's friendship. She'll lend you a hand, long as she can crush your spirit while she's at it. I knew never to let my guard down around her. She always made me laugh, even when I least wanted to. If she'd been completely different from who she was, we might have been real friends. Nothing worth reading. Cambion manipulation at its most obvious. Thank the gods. And I do, every day. Copper for your thoughts?
Well, hello. What can I do for you? Cazador, sired 7 spawn. I was one of his first. Some of the others came years later. Now that I'm gone, I'd... Well, obviously I would. But you have so many... Well, in that... So, do you have loves waiting for you once this is all over?
You know what? That is not the easiest of questions for me to answer.
You mean just waiting? Like a lovesick puppy? Short-term amusements are much less hassle.
One mind.
A new face come to bask in the light of the Absolute. How can I be of service? Of course. Just before some godless lunatic purged the place of every innocent soul. A pity neither of us saw what happened. The guilty ear hears blame in every breath. But you're among friends here, Trousseau. Look around. All manner of beasties united against the enemies of the Absolute. Quite a god to bring them all together. And quite a fool who draw their ire. Hmm? I'm not the one putting on an act, Trousseau. Though I'd mind how well you mouth your prayers. Spend enough time in this place, and you might just start to believe them. But look at me, preaching. And when I'm only here to serve. Anything to trade, Trousseau? An honor.
Don't blame me for wanting to steer clear. Some truly gruesome souls gathered down there.
Hush! For a moment, you do hear it. Flesh sliding on stone. Like a living being.
Big! In walls above! Maybe. Whole tower. Loudest near kitchen. But Mig band. Not allowed to pet nose. You find meat? If it's bad, you're disciples around, ain't shy.
Just a pinch of... is this hallucinogenic? Araj Oblodra, trader in blood and the sanguineous arts.
It is a pleasure to stand before a true soul, and your pale companion. I'd like to offer my services, if you're willing. Please. You think someone in my line of work wouldn't recognize a vampire spawn when they see one? I trade in blood, and the potions that can be wrung from it. I'm more than happy to make you one, if you'd honor me with your blood. With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself. Research, naturally. A little experimentation, perhaps. I have an innate... No idea. But it will be unique to you. We can learn exactly what that means together, Just a little prick, and it's all over. Close your eyes. There we are. All of your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well. Although perhaps there's one more thing we could discuss.
Oh, don't worry. We're all friends under the Absolute. I won't bite.
Oh, I'd prefer if you did. I assume he belongs to you? I'm sure he really believes that. How utterly adorable. Do you have a name, Spawn?
Astarion, but hold on.
Good. Now, Astarion. I've dreamt of being bitten by a vampire since I was a young girl.
I'm sorry, you want to be bitten?
To feel your life's blood slipping away. To dance on the edge between life and death. Yes, I want it. I'll even compensate you. A potion of legendary power that forever increases the strength of the one who consumes it. It's not for sale, but it's yours, if you bite me.
I will have to decline.
Excuse me? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you're squandering it.
I gave you my answer.
Can't you talk some sense into your obstinate charge?
I'm sorry, but could you excuse us a moment? Are you actually asking me to do this? Trading me for some potion? Because there's something wrong with her blood. I can smell it from here. It's rank. I can't say. It just smells wrong. Unnatural. Drinking it wouldn't kill me, but it would not be pleasant.
I don't have all day, true soul.
Fine. I'll do it. Darling, I've had a sudden change of heart. After all, who could resist such a delectable neck? Hold very, very still.
Incredible. Incredible.
Oh, hells.
Not to your taste.
You're fetid, full of corruption.
I feel exquisite, though. So here's my part of the bargain. I hope you find it as satisfying as I found this. It was everything I imagined, and then more. I'll be able to put this to good use.
What can I do for you, my friend? Oh, darling, I'm hurt. It sounds...
What's on your mind?
Fuck yes.
Let's march!
No one's stopped me yet.
Good evening. I'm here on behalf of Gale of Waterdeep. He wishes to extend you an invitation for a private conversation in a more suitable locale. You are speaking to a mere projection of Gale. His appearance, his voice, and a certain measure of his personality, reconstituted in this case to play as emissary and usher. Would you care to join him? What little I could glean from the portion of his mind that is open to me, it is a matter most urgent. Gladly. Simply follow yonder path, and soon you will find him. I love this time of night. There's an almost reverent silence that accompanies the peak of darkness, when you'd almost believe the dawn will never break. The cradle of eternity. The timelessness of lovers. That most beautiful of fantasies. I wanted to see you, while I still could. This may be my last night alive. I wanted it to be under a canopy of beauty and wonder. I thought this place might bring me peace. I thought it might make the weight of what I must do feel a little lighter. But I'm not so sure. Thank you. But even if we do find another way, perhaps this is the right way. The end fate wishes for me. There is no point in running from the inevitable. Better to meet it on my own terms. Yes, but there is so much to live for and so few moments in which to house it all. Damn you. Damn you for giving me so much to care about. Our friends, our adventures. This would have been so much easier if it was just me, but it isn't. If there is a way, any way, to save all that's grown dear to me, I want to seize it. I just cannot fathom what that might be, other than to fail Mistra and condemn the world. Stay with me, will you? I don't want to think of it anymore, but I don't want to be alone either.
The dog wags his tail, a small bag clenched between his teeth. He gives in and surrenders his find to you.
I was hoping to speak to you, as a matter of fact, about the night you were kind enough to keep this melancholy wizard. I wanted to thank you. I was sinking into a dark place, but you reminded me there is still light in the world, if I should care to look for it. You may well have prevented me from doing something very rash in the near future. I count myself lucky to call you a friend. Careful. I may just take you up on that.
We are, each of us, threads in her design. Even those we once called monsters.
That map had marked this spot.
La, da, da, da.
Yes?
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
I will not be slandered! General, you saw my reports. You know it's not my fault.
The facts suggest otherwise. You were ordered to retrieve the artifact. You failed to do so.
If I had been given drow warriors instead of goblin trash!
Oi! What?
You scrag! Enough!
A blast of mental energy washes over you, filling the room. Your tadpole squirms, urging you to obey.
Let me make sure I understand this. You're claiming that General Thorm gave you the wrong soldiers?
Yes. No!
You blame the Absolute's Chosen for your failure?
Of course it is not the General's fault.
Whose then?
Zarel's mind is a steel trap, but you cautiously ease your way in. You just need to shift her focus a little.
I'm being unkind. Anyone might have struggled with such imperfect tools. Goblins are prone to failure.
Yes. It's the goblins' fault. They failed you, General. Not me.
General?
Take Minthara below. Someone will have to consider her fate.
No! Please! Mercy! Please!
Bye-bye, Princess.
And the goblins, General?
You, true soul. You have seen what these creatures are capable of, and you have seen their inadequacies. Isn't that so? What is your judgment?
You! Me old mate that saved me from the tieflings!
Enough! True soul, tell the General how the goblins served our cause.
Exactly! It's what I told them! But would they listen?
Faith without action is anemic, sickly. In a word, useless. We are too close to the ending, and the new beginning. I can coddle failure no longer. Kill them, quickly.
What? No! You creaking old bag of shit!
I'm so sorry, my lord. She's an unbeliever outside my control.
try again. Dispose of the rest as you see fit. Or better yet, put that true soul to use. You have far more important matters to attend to. Or have you forgotten?
Of course not, my lord. Thank you. You heard the General. The goblins are yours. Deal with them however you wish. They are yours. You can release them, kill them, or feed them to each other for all I care. Just deal with them. Here in the seat of the Absolute's power, your authority over them is complete. They will obey any command. Report to me upstairs when you're done.
You wouldn't hurt me, would ya? We're mates, me and you. Practically family. You won't regret this. Praise the Absolute!
Your merciful streak will be the death of us one day. Let's hope Zarel won't be too angry.
The seat of the Absolute's power, occupied by a general that cannot be killed. But his followers are flesh and blood. We must learn what fuels his power.
From this seat, Ketheric defied gods and raised an army for the Absolute. It is not particularly comfortable.
They wouldn't admit it.
The Absolute calls us all.
Each pack of recruits they bring in is worse than the... Can't trust them to sweep the stables, let alone swing a sword. Yeah. They're deadweight. Not real believers, like us. Thank you, true soul. In her name. Right, pilgrims. You'll be scouting the perimeter of the war camp, looking for enemies.
But the shadows? It's death out there without a guide.
The shadows won't harm you, so long as you know your place in the Absolute's design.
Of course. Of course.
Be a dear and strike me deaf.
Don't get too close to the prisoners. They're desperate enough to try anything.
All's well here?
were adored, Minthar. Brought up from the darkness and into the Absolute's light.
She cherished you, but it wasn't enough. You were distracted by your own desires.
Bloodlust, murder, chaos.
And most damning of all, an inability to follow orders.
I obeyed to the best of my ability!
And isn't that depressing?
You are nothing.
Minthar's mind connects with yours. Not strong as you remember it, but fractured, disintegrating.
Come to observe, true soul. She is a lesson. None can rise so high that they cannot fall again. We are erasing her. Willful, though. But you are right. Whatever is useful...
None of you would...
Wrong!
Infidel!
I'm going to enjoy this.
Still on my feet. These mortals be.
I expected to be greeted as a hero. But the wretches imprisoned me and tried to tear my mind apart. I didn't think anyone would come for me. Erasing my thoughts and my will. Even I could not have endured for much longer. Agreed. Make haste. I fear that insidious voice will return if I linger here.
The end of it.
Did you request this post too? I'm glad I got the warden and not Zarel. Don't get chatty with the prisoners, mind.
The Iron Hand Gnomes must succeed.
you're mistaken, surely.
I am not. But we've seen... what? 5 true souls sent for an audience? It is impossible to keep a gun clean down here.
You're being arrested for assault.
Where do I go from here? A rough tempest I will raise.
What's the plan?
You're being arrested for assault.
Need to learn the hard way.
Well, so much for peace. I'm done. I can't wait to sleep.
I've got it.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Can't give up. Got to press on.
Mistra Rill, on my way.
Let me guess. The Absolute is the only way. Don't bother. Why don't you and Zevlor take a long walk off a short cliff?
He made it? He's all right?
Told you. He's too stubborn to die.
If you're not at the Absolute's beck and call, why are you here?
Gnomes next door are up to something. They've been whispering like mad.
Whatever it is, we're in. Don't leave us in here.
Roland better be all right. We should leave. And soon.
Nimble. Check for gaps, cracks, anything to leverage the rock. Nickels, tools. Get creative. This rock is basalt. It'll crack with enough pressure. Ah! Don't mind us, true soul. The back wall is weak. We're working to brace it. Barkus is out here? Didn't think he had the stones. Well, if he sent you, you're no slave to the Absolute. You're a damn wolf among sheep, aren't you? I reckon you and I were meant to meet. I'm Wilburn. We've got a plan. For us and the tieflings both. But we're scuppered without the right equipment. We need tools. That head case of a warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality. Whatever you find, throw it through the bars. But for the love of Gerdel, make sure a guard doesn't see you. Or we're both done for. It's only a matter of time. We won't till we're served up to the necromancer on a back.
You're being arrested for assault.
Poor fucker.
My luck again.
Swords meet sorcery.
Eat this! Never a dull moment.
Spark of the familiar. Do I know you, true soul? Perhaps not. Your face is rather bland.
Whatever your business, a warning. None may speak to the prisoners. Disciple Balthazar was most clear. Indeed. But all are kept out of reach and under constant surveillance in the office above. Prison security is my highest priority. Disciple Balthazar has plans for them, and were I you, I would not get in the way. He sounds important. And I'm afraid the mere dregs are the only ones left in my care. Anyone who refutes the Absolute is an enemy of mine, true soul. You would do well to remember that. You are no true soul.
Can't even catch my breath.
Gorman better be all right.
A wizard's quite worthless with a tired mind. Sleep beckons, and I would follow.
We'll get you to Baldur's Gate, sir. I swear it.
Your feet fly fast, my friend. Blessed Gerdul, I thought I'd never see it again. Thank you. The plan is to wait for a quiet moment, then bust out the back wall. We'll grab the tieflings along the way. We'll need them if it comes to a fight. You, however, are the clincher. Once we move, keep the patrols busy. If the bastards spot us, all of bloody Moonrise will come down on us. We'll move once it's quiet. Until then, be ready.
We must leave. Now. Lead the way.
Run! Run!
Boat's good to go. All that's left is to ship off. My plan for now is to hide out on the water. Unless you have a better idea. Something survived in this hellscape. You should have led with that. See you there.
What is it? What's wrong?
Something over there.
What is it? What's wrong? You dared scar my mind. I will gut you.
No time to rest.
I last left Moonrise as a commander in the Absolute's army, obeying the voice of a god. I thought I had found a home and a purpose.
Now I leave as an exile. But you risked your life to rescue me. For that, I am grateful.
The artifact connects with her, pulling your minds together and showing her all that you have seen. The prism, your dream visitor, the protection that keeps you from obeying the Absolute and becoming a Lithid. She knows it all in a moment. Her mind reels, but is no longer clouded. She accepts the truth. She has no choice.
There is much we must discuss. Do you have a safe place to camp nearby? Goodbye for now. I will see you soon.
See any movement out there? Yeah?
Keep sight narrows at nighttime. 2 steps in, and you're likely to become some dagger's new sheath.
Trolls report more activity among the cultists now. Hey, all preparing to march, I wager. Seems that way.
Ah, there you are. Everyone seems to be quite aflutter. Do you know why? You did? But that means... Wulbrin!
Ketheric's lackeys found me already.
Wulbrin!
I heard you might be about. How the devil did you get stuck here, Barkus?
I'm not stuck. I came to find you, of course.
Why would you do a foolish thing like that? Really, Barkus?
Unfortunately for me, you're my friend. Rescuing you from mortal peril is my right.
But you didn't rescue me, did you? I rescued myself, with the aid of this... helper.
Ah, it's you. I should have guessed. Thank you very much for your help finding Wulbrin.
You don't belong here, Barkus. As soon as the way is clear, pack up and head to Baldur's Gate.
But... Wulbrin... The rune powder... We need to discuss what you're going to...
I said go home!
Please, that isn't necessary.
Indeed. Neither of you has any clue what's at stake. And why should... Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a great...
Well, there we have it. The brilliant retort, for starters. I give you... Now, I believe our business is well and truly concluded. One and the same. Well, once you're used to someone, you're used to them. Well, perhaps Wulbrin is right. Perhaps I ought to return to Baldur's Gate. Oh, that's all right. I'm a patient fellow. I'm sure you'll clear a path for everyone soon enough.
Every moment, Keth.
You're here! You're all right! How?
We're two tiefling queens, remember? I couldn't leave my favorite bard without her partner in crime. I did have some help from an old friend, though.
How did you do it? Then I'm glad you're on our side.
You should have seen him. He was brave, but also terrifying. In a good way.
I never thought I'd see... well, anyone again. Thank you. 1,000 times, thank you. One last favor. Take this off my hands. It suits you better.
Why are you smiling at me?
Run away.
Should we have let them... What?
Uh-huh.
Did you enjoy relaxing here while I battled that wretched darkness? What were you thinking?
I'm sorry, we got captured by murderous lunatics!
I thought you were dead, you ass! Both of you!
We're all safe, Roland. That's what matters.
I was just overwhelmed. Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. We should have been here.
No, it's not your fault. I shouldn't have shouted. I'm sorry.
Thank you for saving me. And the two idiots.
Humble too? Imagine that.
He has no cause to be humble. He's brought us back together. A task I failed miserably at. You went out of your way to help us. It's only right you get something in return. Here. I hope it helps.
Anything happen while I was away?
I've thanked you once already.
It'll be quiet in the city.
What's at stake?
We'll have a little house,
The
maybe a
Iron
garden.
Hand knows.
Traitors among us. A child taken. And still I can only feel relief. If they had taken Isabel too, you have the honor of making up for my mistake. I trust that you will. Gruesome, isn't it? I'm glad you survived the encounter, at least. Did you learn anything more? Chosen? Oh, that's 3 masters Ketherick has served. Our paladin isn't very picky. He's aligned himself with mind flayers. But perhaps we can force it out of him once we have him up again. Was there anything else? The great general is paranoid. Good. I'll wager it's the source of his invulnerability. He'd protect that. Was there anything else? Then speak. Some. They have me slaying gods, or laying with them, depending on the bard. There are as many versions of a tale as there are people to tell it. We fight, we die, and we just hope that when our time comes, there is someone else to take our place. No need of that. Every harper is a bard unto themselves, I'm afraid. Help me root out this cult. The shadows haven't consumed you. Good.
Alvira, I'm all right.
Yes? I'm sure you would. Now, if you're...
Anything happened while I was away? It'll be quiet in the city. We'll have a little house.
You did well to help those people escape Ketheric. Every soul saved is a blessing, and you're raining them upon us. Almost laughable that he sees himself fit to judge anyone. Did you learn anything about how we might defeat him? That's fantastic. Well done. I'm glad you've made progress. Protecting this inn, well, it takes it out of you. I'll hold out as long as I can. By the sound of things, we'll have a more permanent solution soon. So glad you're on our side. Go on, then. It belongs to the goddess Shah. According to the Harpers, it fell here when they defeated Ketheric. I suppose they didn't defeat him quite hard enough. Right place, right time. When a cleric of Alzaluna stumbles into a Sharan shadow, she's bound to set it to rights. At any cost. I could say the same. But perhaps we should save Promise Not to Die, and we'll celebrate with our life stories. Moon and shadow, light and dark, divine sisters ever at war. In this place, sometimes life forces us to choose sides. Luckily.
Oakfather preserve you.
Ketheric's soul.
It does not compare with the comforts of home, but your camp is almost palatial in comparison to my previous accommodation. Thank you for allowing me to come here, and for bringing me back to myself. Each memory that returns to me is more disturbing than the last. The things that I did in the name of the Absolute. The things that were done to me. They broke my mind. The best cure is vengeance. For both of us. While our tadpoles live, and the cult have the means to control them, we will never be safe. We must eradicate them. Starting with General Thorm. I mean Ketheric. My deference to him is a habit that will die hard, I fear. All that live can die. I can help you plot Ketheric's demise, but I need something from you first. Swear that you will keep me close. Until the Absolute is dead, at least. The prism will protect me. You will fight alongside me and help me to get my vengeance. I knew you were different to other true souls when we met, but I could see nothing clearly. Now, thanks to the prism, the Absolute does not cloud my thoughts at all. I see that together, we can have our vengeance on those who infected us. Rest well, and keep your wits about you. Tomorrow, we go to war with the cult of the Absolute. General Thorm would have the world believe that his invulnerability is a gift from the Absolute. That is a lie, intended to impress those who flock to the cult's cause, and to strike fear in the minds of those who stand against the Absolute. I believe Thorm draws his power not from a divine source, but an arcane one. Moonrise is a den of necromancy, and the most powerful practitioner of the art is Thorm's closest advisor, Balthazar. He has chambers beside the generals, on the upper floor of the tower. I suspect we will find answers there. Now, rest. We will need our strength for what lies ahead. I would gladly join you in the fight. Leave one of your party is full. Did you think I would not notice? A paragon of wisdom. You wish to consult me? I was the Absolute's dagger. I remember every throat that it held me to, and every drop of blood it forced me to spill. I take no responsibility for the lives I took. I did nothing in the Absolute's name. I was merely a weapon that it wielded. They were not my actions. You have been protected from the worst of the Absolute's influence. Understanding what was done to me is beyond you. You wish to consult me? A disparate collection of vagabonds and strays. Did you have anyone particular in mind? She is tolerable, but her faith in the Lady of Loss is poisonous. The very concept of Sharan worship is self-indulgent. They would have you think every whispered word and hidden thought is of value, but it is not so. I have performed 1,000 interrogations, squeezing out the most guarded secrets held in heart, mind, and soul. I can tell you this. When the trivial parts have been whittled away and I have sifted through what remains, in most cases, a person amounts to nothing at all. He's been deprived of freedom and strong blood for so long that he is addicted to both. While those addictions have their hold on him, he is still a slave. Free. What purpose does he have that does not involve his master? He fears him, he hates him, he dreams of him, and he will either kill him or die trying. Astarion is no more free of Cazador than you or I are free of our tadpoles. He will only be free when Cazador is dead, and that is as it should be. When the time comes, we must hope that he does not only take Cazador's long life, but the power that has sustained him as well. I have encountered few Githyanki in my life. Those that I did were raiders. They croaked out pleas for mercy in their alien tongue as they died. Meeting Lae'zel makes me wish I knew more of their culture. I did. She told me that she has nothing to teach that cannot be learned through observation of her prowess in combat. Perhaps she is right. She certainly cuts a striking figure in battle. There is a precision to her ferocity that I admire. To one who only sees the surface of things, perhaps. You should look deeper. There is a fanaticism in the Lothsworn that lends itself to chaos. They turn their blades on one another as readily as on outsiders. The Gith have stricter hierarchies and stronger Some, like Lae'zel, question that cause. But even so, she retains the discipline of her training. The wizard? No. It is pointless. In my experience, the moment they leave their libraries, wizards have the life expectancy of a gnome in a war. Either the enemy recognizes they are a threat and kills them swiftly, or their curiosity leads them to combust while experimenting with the limits of magic. Our wizard is already in a state of suspended combustion, thanks to that orb between his ribs. I suspect it is only a matter of time before he goes up in smoke. I will reserve my social graces for those who might live long enough to appreciate them. He is exceedingly self-righteous. Amusing, considering he bound himself to a devil. Will doesn't just have blood and dirt on his hands. He has stains on his soul. Those last more than a lifetime. It is as it should be. Purity of soul and deed will not help us to survive the Absolute. I would rather be allied with a warlock than the spoiled son of a noble who has more experience with diplomats than devils. I have never known anyone so ferocious and unassailable in battle, and yet so fragile and impermanent in their very being. I often think of mortality as a curse. In time, all that I am and all that I have known and learned will be lost. In time, our cities will be dust. Karlach does not seem to have such anxieties. Perhaps because she cannot afford to. She exists in the moment, and she will burn out and be gone in a moment. There is something very beautiful about that. I took up my oath long ago, when I swore bloody vengeance against any who defied Loth. Now, I myself have sinned against the Spider Queen. Though my faith is shattered, my oath endures. I am sworn to destroy all those who serve the Absolute. It is not noble, it is necessary. If we do not destroy the cultists, they will destroy everything. We are all that stands between this world and annihilation. I fought at his side once, shortly after my conversion. Before the battle, he was everything a general should be. And when the fighting began, he led his troops from the front and cut through the blows, and arrows rained down on him. And before long, his face was a mask. When we won the day, Ketheric's armor was bent and shattered, but his flesh was unmarked. I have lived long enough to know that few things are impossible in this world. Ketheric's power is a rare thing, though. I have never seen its like. The necromancer Balthazar is Ketheric's chief advisor. One who has mastery over the dead. We should ransack his chambers and see what secrets he keeps for the great. You need my expertise.
I'm afraid there's not much I can say. I've sworn confidence to someone already.
No matter. She wishes for Ketheric Thorn to be punished. Her darkness was a blessing offered before. He's trouble. Worse, he's a traitor. Whatever loyalty he had towards Lady Shah is long gone. It would please her greatly to see him meet his long... Very serious of you. Well, I'd be lying if I said but don't worry.
If it is for the best. You wish to consult me?